by the power of Grayskull.
Hello, this is just a quick review for Mafia, the Definitive Edition. It's free to download this month on PlayStation Essential, which is good because it's an amazing game. I mean, I played Mafia when it first came to the PS4 back in the day because it used to be a PC game first and then it was converted to the consoles. So I played it, I think it was 2007 when it first came out, so it must have been about 2010 or something when I played it. And just revisiting again, I thought it was really good. I mean, as you can see, the graphics aren't too bad for 2007. It's set in between 1925 and 1930, I think, at this beginning bit. But it does progress each chapter. You like go another couple of years ahead in time. It's just great. There's a big open map. You know, you can fist fight, you can pick locks, you can drive your cars about. I think you can customize your cars as well, but I'm not sure because I haven't got that far yet. And I've totally forgot everything about the game. The only thing I could remember from back in the day was that about the race. There's a car race, and it's solid. And I remember playing that and it taking us ages to get past. But I've since played that race and it wasn't that hard. I'm only playing it on normal because I just want to play through and have the experience. I'm not really too fussed about, you know, putting it on classic. That's where it's really hard. I think I might have another playthrough, you know, or I could change the difficulty halfway through, I think. And you can have the cars on simulation where you're handling in the cars more simulation towards the acceleration and the steering, like your wheels spin a lot and you slide, go around the corners more often. You've got to brake and, you know, it's more skillful driving at speed than if you have it on just like regular where it's more forgiving. In the police as well, they can have it on regular or simulation. If it's on regular, if you commit a major crime, they'll come and investigate. But if it's on simulation, then if you break the speed limit, if you run a red light, if you knock anybody over, like the slightest little thing, and the police will come and chase you, or at least come and investigate. So just makes the game a lot harder in that respect. But yeah, it's like Mafia 1, Mafia 2, Mafia 3. You know, I played them all. Number 2 was the best for me. Because I just remember it being the best storyline. That one's set between the World War Two, and like early, I think it's late 50s, early 60s might be, and then number 3 picks up just after the Vietnam War, you know, 60s, 70s. So number 3 wasn't as good. I prefer this time where it's 1920s, 1930s. You're in I forgot what the city's called, but I think it's supposed to be Chicago type city, or maybe New York. I'm not really sure what it's trying to mimic, but it's a fictional city. It's like Bay City or something. I forgot what it's called. Might be Pacific City or something. I don't know. But as you can see from the gameplay, it's not too bad. You can tell when you first start running around that it's a PC game, just by the way it runs and handles. But it's not. It doesn't take anything away from the game. You know, there's things to collect as well. You get baseball cards, you get comics. You know, there's like shitloads of stuff that you need to collect throughout the game. And it's just great. I mean, like I said, you can collect cars, you put them in your garage, you change your clothes, and you're basically a taxi driver, like spoiler alert, but you're a taxi driver, and then you get like terrorized off an Italian family here, one of the rival crime families, and then you get inducted into a different crime family. You know, so it's like you just basically join the Mafia, and it's the beginning story. and it's great. You know, if you watch it, if you like that kind of genre of movies and stuff, it's really good. But you get to the point where it's, you know, you're a major part in the mafia. You start working your way up through the ranks. So it's a great game, and I'm so glad that they did give this away for free, because I remember when it first came out, you had the option to get this one, number two and number three, and I just went and bought number two, because I thought number one, I thought it was hard because I could only remember that race, and I remembered number two being amazing, so I just bought number two. So I probably would have never had a chance to play this. So I'm glad it was released for free, basically. But yeah, I mean, if you do like these kind of games, I suppose it's like a role-playing game, but well, I suppose it is because you do get a free roaming map and everything. And you know, if it's your kind of game, then you'll definitely enjoy playing it, especially if you haven't played it before. It's got loads of elements that make a game good. Um, you know, so I really enjoyed it, and like I said, Mafia 2 is amazing as well. If you like the look of this one and you haven't played any of the Mafia titles, definitely check out Mafia 2 after you've played this. Do them in sequence because the stories continue on, so make sure you do it in sequence. Mafia 3 is a totally new character. I think you're a black guy called Lincoln something. I forgot it might be Clay something, and that's, you know, it's all about gangs, the same as this, but you know, you get the different territory and you work for different gangs that give you different buffs and stuff. So it's a totally different game dynamic in that sense. But these are the good old-fashioned, you know, Italian, like roots of being in America and stuff. So I love it, mate. But if you like the idea of being in the mafia in the 30s, then you should definitely download it. The Salieri family, that's who it is, the Salieris. But I go and download it because it's free this month, so you may as well. But that's it. Say that.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.